Hi everybody, I'm Shannon. Welcome to my kitchen. This is for DoctorItUp.com, and this evening I'm going to show you how I make chicken marsala. This recipe has been something that I've been doing for quite some time, and I've got all my ingredients here, so we're just going to go ahead and get to it right now. The first thing that we're going to take care of is the mushrooms. So I bought the pre-cleaned because I don't want to bother with having to clean the mushrooms. So we're just going to chop them now. I don't even bother to chop off the stem. I just chop the mushrooms. I'm going to cut up the whole package of mushrooms because I really like a lot of mushrooms with my chicken marsala. Okay, we're going to put these in a pan with some olive oil and butter, about an equal amount of each. And then we're going to actually add our secret ingredient. This is the Holland House Marsala wine, or Marsala cooking wine. I've tried other Marsala wines and I've just found that the Holland House is the best one on the market. So we're going to take about, I don't know, that much butter. So softened already, obviously. We're going to throw it in the pan. Turn the pan on to medium high. Throw in an equal amount, so about a tablespoon or two of the olive oil. And we're going to let that heat up, and we'll throw our mushrooms in. Okay, I'm going to give these a quick stir, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, our next step is going to be the actual chicken breast, so I'm going to go ahead and use a different cutting board. I don't want cross-contamination, and I'm going to take a whole chicken breast. That's two halves still connected, and I'm going to go ahead and clean it up a little bit before I pound it. So I'm going to separate the breasts, and I'm going to take out the fatty center piece. So now we have two really nice cleaned up chicken breasts, or half chicken breasts, and I'm going to give this a quick stir. Wash my hands. Got my cling wrap, and one big piece over the top. Now I'm not going to pound this as thin as I would for, say, a roll or, a stuffed chicken breast or whatever. I'm going to pound it so that the front portion, or the thicker portion, is about equal in thickness to the tail end, or the bottom end. And the reason I'm doing that is, one, I want to break down the meat, and two, I just want it to cook evenly. I don't hit the tail end or the thin end too much. And I feel it for consistency and thickness, and that feels pretty good. I'm going to stir this. Now the mushrooms are getting kind of done. So I am going to add in some of the Holland House Marsala wine sauce. And I would guess probably about a quarter of a cup, maybe a little bit less. I'm just going to use that straight with the mushrooms and the butter and let it cook down a little bit. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit just to let them, all the flavors meld together. Now, for breading, paper plates. I'm going to put my flour on this plate and my breadcrumbs on the other plate. And we've got a couple of chicken breasts there, so I'm using a couple of eggs. And I'm just going to whisk the eggs up a little bit. Nice and mixed up. Now, we're going to take our chicken breast and we're going to put it in flour first. And just coat it all over. It's a dusting of flour. It's not caked on. It's not real thick or anything. And then throw it into the egg mixture. Flip it over. Get everything all nice and wet, and then into the breadcrumbs. Coat it well with the breadcrumbs. Make sure that every portion, every piece gets some of the breadcrumbs on it, that's important. Don't want a bald Marsala chicken. And switch. And into the flour it goes. Alright, so these just go straight into the garbage. This goes to the sink, and I'm going to wash my hands. And that's all the prep work that you need to do for chicken marsala. It's very, very simple, very, very quick. So the mushrooms are done. They've been cooking in the Marsala wine sauce. And I'm going to go ahead and take them out and set them aside in all of their juices. Okay, so sauteing the chicken marsala does not take very much time at all. And I've got a couple of other things going on. I'm going to serve it with asparagus, and I'm going to serve it with a boxed pasta. A lot of restaurants that you go to are going to serve it on top of their own plain boiled pasta. I would rather serve the chicken marsala on the side with flavored pasta to go along with it. So I'm going to get started on those because, again, this doesn't take very long to saute at all. I've got a bunch of asparagus, and I'm going to just snap them where they snap. That's where it's ripe. And throw them into a saute pan. And I'm going to bring that saute pan up to a boil. Once that comes up to a boil, I'm going to keep a real close eye on it because it's very easy to overcook asparagus. Now I've got my pasta and my asparagus going. So now I'm going to move on to the chicken. I'm just sort of separating the pasta so that it doesn't stick together.